Coming to you live from Brian Wynn Studios, it's Reaper Live!
Hey everyone, you should be able to hear me. Let me know if you can hear me in chat. I believe you should be able to. I see people. Okay, you guys can hear me. Good. How do I sound? Do I sound okay? Yeah, it's very dark. I tried to change the brightness on the camera, but I'm not that talented. I might just go sit out there, but I'm gonna go sit out there real quick and wait for. I'll be right back. There we go. Much better. You guys should be able to hear me. Give me a thumbs up in chat if you can hear me. Yes? No? Maybe so? We should be good. Okay, good. What's up, everybody? It's me. It's John Overton. So, I know we went live a little bit early, but, you know, obviously, Justin's out. I think he should be back soon, but I think I hear Ed coming. Ed's on his way. He should have sent me pictures. He's on his way. So it'll be me and Ed, and it's not going to be your normal show where it's just going to be, you know, doing the funny corner and all that stuff. We're just going to give you some updates and then see how it goes. There's Edward. We're live. We're live. 1 second. I'm going to go back in there, but Ed's here.
Where do I go? Right here?
Look at the preview. You should be able to see yourself, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably sit where I was sitting.
Hey, everybody.
I can hear you. I'll wait for him to put his headset on. He can't hear me yet, y'all. So just so you know. He can't hear me. I hope everybody's having a good Thursday. It's been a hectic Thursday here. Waiting for him to get all settled in. We'll see. I know. Here he goes. Let's just watch him chat. But I talked to Justin. He'll give us an update. He should be in chat. He should be watching. I think everything has gone well. He said it's been pretty hard, obviously, having a newborn. So I'm waiting for Ed. Ed, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs down? No, you got to turn it on, Edward. Oh, let's see. He's going to turn it on. Can you hear me? Test 1 2. Test 1 2. He's plugging it in. I'm so proud of him. He's learning. I'm so proud. Can you hear me, Ed?
Hey,
Can you hear me?
don't have any ears.
Do you turn it on?
It's on.
Okay. But you can't hear me?
No.
Okay. 1 second. You can go ahead and talk.
Hello.
No, you can talk to the chat. You can go ahead.
All right. Let me get this. It's not clear. There we go. Oh my God. Yeah, I had it on the wrong end. There we go. Waiting for that. So, how is everybody? I see you can tell that we put John in the dark. Got a lot of good stuff to throw at y'all, but it's going to be like he said. I don't know what he said, really, to be honest with you. But in my world, it's going to be a short show. Good. You can hear me. That's good. Well, for some of you. Some people don't like to hear me. And first off, we'll start off. Any questions before I start going through stuff? Steve Skelliman's here. I want to show. Mic check. Okay, what you looking for, John? Did you want to tell him? Oh, he's coming back out here.
I texted Justin this. I don't know why you can't hear me.
Oh, okay. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I'll run back and forth. Talk about this first?
Yeah, that's fine.
So.
What 5.5 is the container that came in? We'll get over that then. Now that he's back, we'll do this. So, that is the lighthouse. And then what he has added, obviously, as you can see, is sort of a picket fence I wouldn't call them Merlins, but but nonetheless, some around the top shelf, so whatever, the second story. And so Ron is what you need?
A pin.
Oh. Ron is talking about adding that part there is a power-up. So how much, I don't know. I think it was 12 is what was discussed. And it would be its own pieces that you could add on, things like that in the pledge manager. And that's the only piece I see on there that's new. Yeah. Now the figure on the right, who is it? That's just a guard with a spear for scale.
Yeah, he goes up there. He goes up on the top right.
I thought we had a large figure that was walking up there.
I don't know. This was in the update. This was the picture. And in the update, it tells you what you get.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, there we go.
I'm trying to find the list of everything that was in the container, but I know we have it.
Pretty much what was not in the container is an easier list.
There you go.
What was not in the container were the box sets such as Daimyo, unless I've got the wrong Kickstarter.
No, Daimyo was there.
Uh,
I'm looking at the list right now.
Daimyo was in this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was 4 or 5 of the box sets that were not there. I know that.
Okay.
And then there were...
like Dark Depths was not there.
Not there. And then there were a few other pieces. The preponderance of the stuff, I would have to say, was in this container that we had loaded.
Yes, this did have a large amount. So I know we're setting up the other warehouse to get it ready for fulfillment for 5.5,
Yes.
or what can be fulfilled with what came in on that container.
Approximately over half, but not much over half, of the total amount of orders. And there's still a horrendous amount. I didn't look at the number. I just looked at the dollar amount of people that never, ever pledged.
That never locked in.
Yeah. I'm just like, this insane, but I'm not going to deal with it. So the plan, we had the meetings yesterday and today. The plan that Cindy and Courtney have is that we will actually pick and pull in the warehouse on the main gallery floor, and if need be, into the break room.
Mm-hmm.
Then it will be put on carts and moved into the internet area. And
To
then
be
in
shipped.
the internet area, it'll get processed as far as its shipping, scanned out. Instead of, how we normally have a sticker, your sticker goes to the thing, you pull it, you check it off. Checkout's going to actually happen when they box it up. Okay. And then they'll do that in the internet area, and then the pallets will get translated in the car wash, so that bay area over there to the right. And then they'll move, if it's UPS, it goes back over to the main dock. If it's US mail, it would stay there. Things like that.
So 5.5 should be happening. I don't think there's going to be a stream for it like we did for Bones 5.
No, that was not discussed.
Yeah,
No.
we haven't talked about that at all.
It would be too spread out, but we could see. But I don't think so. There might be.
Yeah.
Never
so
say
it
never.
should be happening soon. Last I checked, on this container as well as 5.5 stuff, there was a restock order on there as well. A lot of restock. So
Yeah, they picked up a lot of restock. No, I'm feeling fine, but I'm coming off a cold, and so my voice is a little weird because my stitching tubes are all clogged up. So I sound like an echo chamber in my head.
yeah, there was a lot of restock. So
On there, I didn't look at those numbers. So now what the timetable is, and part of this is pending on Kit to be able to provide us some output that we need. We found all the other data. We had everything we need. Is Friday, tomorrow, logistics. Monday is logistics, so that left Tuesday and Thursday to start setting it up. And they might be pulling orders as early as the end of next week. How many to hear? I mean, not how many to hear. How many a day? I don't know. I asked for that number for an estimate. I heard a lot of different numbers. But, 50, 100, 200, that type of thing. But I would estimate a couple weeks for us to pull through, plus do all of our pack in. We go back and have to make sure that we've got everything covered. What are this order? There's always a lot of garbage to clean up at the end. So anyway, that'll go for 5.5. And then at that point, we just hurry up and wait. Although the other container is technically due in any day. And that's part of why we're trying to pull this to give us some room for that second container. The first container filled us up. We've got to get rid of some of this, boats. Boats are like 30 or 40 to a pallet. And I don't remember how many were ordered, but a lot of pallets are over there. And so, yeah, that would give us a lot of space back. And that's really what we're trying to do is race that. Now, I don't know where the second container is. I know that we've passed its date to be here, and we should have another update. But, they just seem to love to surprise us. So we'll see. But anyway, that's what we're anticipating. We're ready for that. And everything will go, and it'll work like before. If you do get your order, Steve, I just answered that question. If you do have issues, it's help at Reaper MIDI. All of the same things that apply before. So, Panity, yeah, MIDI's to paint. Well, Monster Slayer, you and me both.
Mm-hmm. So, hold on, I'll be right back.
So anyway, it's exciting. We can't wait. Get it done. Get these two done. So are you on ready for the next? Or,
I mean, I didn't really have. Sorry, I got distracted.
Oh.
Anything else? I know the new store stuff has opened up. I know it's getting a little bit more crazy.
There were some photos for the new store. The new store officially opened up last Friday. Let's see. He's like flying around. He's got the energy of a 5-year-old. I'm jealous. So anyway, it opened up. We got it open. There were actually people waiting there to get in. So that's looking behind the checkout counter, and then there should be another picture where you look to the right and you see more of the store. But anyway, yeah, people there. So we've already come in. Today had a pretty good regular crowd. When I left there to come over here, there were the Star Wars people were playing the fantasy flight game. I can't what you call it, or the spaceship game. So we did that. When do ReaperCon boxes go on sale? They're technically, all of the stuff is due in August 1st. So that's all I can tell you. That's the only date I know. And at that point, then it goes into its assembly process. So I would have to think about first or second week in August. I'm just making a guess, and I'm sure I will live to live in hell with that guess. But X-Wing, yeah, that's what they're all playing. So
there you go.
Where did we get the tower cases? What are the tower cases?
I think they're talking about
in the store.
Yeah, I think those are IKEA.
We had those built. They're IKEA glass cases.
But we built things around them, yeah.
Yeah, but we put a top on it and a bottom on it so that we can secure them, things like that. Mm-hmm. Does it have that new store smell? It's got a lot of smells. I don't know if one of them is a new store, but yeah, it's good. It's nice. It's fun.
Yeah, it's very nice. Did you talk about the other container for 5.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know where it is, but it's technically by paperwork at least due to be here.
Yeah, so it'll show up anytime.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We literally got about 1 hour notice on this one?
Yeah, it was brutal. It was very hot on Friday.
And just literally out of nowhere, everybody started running through the shop. Container will be here in an hour. Yeah. And that was literally the first we heard about it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and somebody asked about swag boxes. I got one of the models on here. This is not from the swag boxes, but this is from the hotel model. So you'll see it coming around on the way here. It is the hotel model that if you stay at any of the hotels, you will receive this model. It will also be for sale at ReaperCon. It is the Cleric sculpted by Bobby Jackson. It's coming around the corner here. It's next to Reeve Plano map on the wheel. You'll see it right there. She's holding a little relic in her hand, in her right hand. She has a shield. And she has a mace at her hip. So that is the hotel model.
Okay, ReaperCon stuff will be available outside the U.S. We'll ship it to those locations when it's ready to ship to anybody. We do carry all the bones and middies in the store. The one thing that is currently not in the store at the moment is any metal, and that's because we're going to have a separate unit for it that we don't have. Hotels specific minis different for each?
No, I think the hotel model is all the same for all. I think.
That's a wrong question, but I agree with you. Yeah.
When do the swag boxes go on sale? I think we're still waiting for stuff to come in.
Yeah, there's
things have been ordered and everything's kind of coming in.
It's like today, all the lanyards came in, things like that. Yes, it'll be available afterwards. Basically, we will run that stuff till it runs out.
Yeah, so a lot of the models that were going to be at sale during ReaperCon will be available after ReaperCon online as well as normal releases. But people at ReaperCon and everybody get them for their factions and things like that. They get them first, and then they'll go on sale later.
I like Grosjetti's that I can't ever assemble. You know that we would go to Chicago show. There was one up there, and it happened to be like a block from an IKEA. So we didn't take cases with us. We just actually went over there and bought some and brought them back, and then we'd leave them at the show. And one year was just a very bad year. And in the process of assembling, we broke 3 panes of glass. It was just horrid because you don't realize when you break it into little half-inch chunks how much glass one of those panes really is. It was insane.
It's been fun to see people because we don't have any signage or anything for the store. I know that it got put up this week, but last week when the store opened, there was no signage anywhere. So everybody was coming up really slow, and they were making sure that this was
drive past it,
and then turning back around to come back to the game store and things like that. But now there's huge signs. There's signs in the old factory that say new location.
I've got some.
Here.
I can send to Justin if you want to push them.
He's not logged in.
He's not now.
But if you send them to my,
I can put it on my phone and then hold it up.
Yeah, yeah. If you send them to my email, I'll get them. But so
while
while you do that, I can distract, and then I have to go put them in there. Reaper Live is back. Yeah, this week's a little bit different. Obviously Justin's still out. Best wishes to them. I heard everything's going great. He says, obviously it's the hardest thing. Staying up all night and taking care of everything. It's probably
the party's
probably
over. I told
pretty
him that
nerve-wracking.
beforehand.
So,
sadly,
in my opinion, he should be back next week. We'll see. I don't know, but tonight I just turned on the cameras and said, let's do a little Reaper Live because we didn't do one last week. I give some updates on some ReaperCon stuff. I'm making some of the molds. You'll see more of that, like the hotel model here. I finished that earlier last week. And some of the stuff that you see on the wheel is some of the new release that's coming up as well that I finished, that we finished molds of for earlier this week. There's Reeve right there. There's the Crusader Knight that's in the front right there. The Dreadmere White and the Mimic. The Mimic is being turned into Bones USA. You can see it on the wheel right there. The chest Mimic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Bufo. Yeah, Bufadies. Yeah, he's still there. From a few weeks ago. No one's really stepped into this room. I gave a tour. I gave a few tours. People from Sweden came in, so I gave a tour to some people from Sweden.
We haven't. No, they were asking if we did a Smarties spot. No, we didn't.
These things.
In the back, yeah.
These are from.
They were a gift
Iffy?
last week.
Iffy Paints 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and then we just come over. Every time I come over here, I got a munch on
Did you send the pictures?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go put those in.
All right. So, where do we leave off? Now that John's out of the room, I can say anything. Real Smarties for Kies. How soon will large display be Bones in USA? Are you talking about things like the sea turtle, excuse me, things like that? So that's actually in a whole new restock for the first time. It's being processed right now. So I would think by the end of the year for sure, but there could be some left over when we're through with power, because that was one of the ones in the power up for 5.5, and there were extras ordered, and those extras will go up online. How many and what, I have no clue yet. Before T-Rex released, I would have thought it already had been. If it hadn't been, that would definitely be coming up too. Justin's Baby, as far as I know, everything came out fine. It came out a little early. The little I've talked to Justin or texted back and forth, he's acting like it's a complete and total shock that this ever happened. So, and then he made a comment about how hard it was and how the work. And I'm like, dude, you just had a kiss and a smile. Get out of here. So, anyway, what are the secrets to John's hides in his beard? Oh, no. Wow. I've never looked. I've got what is that? Fools go where angels fear to tread. This is our new rotating dice rack. Ruben built this for us.
The Pizza Dungeon.
So you can see it. It's in the store. There'll be 2 of these. As you can see how it feeds the dice, things like that, and it rotates. So that's a nice addition to solve our dice problem. Because like a lot of people, we just had them stuck in the glass case up front, and it was a mess. So there's the sign he was talking about up there. He should have put the word finally now open in there, but Ron's not as sarcastic and jaded as I am. And yes, it'll be available to vendors. Actually, we're developing that rack right now by building it and rebuilding it and looking at it on how to be able to get it out as a dice rack to go with the dungeon dice, which will fit, if you rotate it around, everybody's dice will fit into it, Chessex and everybody. Obviously, the sign work there is screwed. I mean, Rod just put up, just spell the word dice. You know, we would have to play with it, put a wrap on it and stuff. But yeah, that was actually the first one built. There's already been a second one built. It was an improved on the prototype. There'll probably be 3 or 4 total, including paint rack. We're doing a paint rack the exact same way.
Yeah, they're going to build a custom paint one that rotates like that.
Like that, yeah. So
a lot of cool stuff happening for the game store. It's been fun. It actually turned out great because there was a big Magic release that happened on Friday. So the store opened, I guess at not the perfect time, but at a good opportune time.
opportunity for them to stack it in there.
So there was a lot of people that showed up on Friday.
And I've got to go through with Bill. I mean, they've got to learn how, the way the store ran on our side was a lot more casual, I guess would be the word for it. Separated and off on its own. There's a lot more rules. And so like tonight when I walked in, they had the dust mop leaning against the wall near the front door with the trash down at the bottom. I was like, guys, you got to pick it up, put it away. You just can't. We've got to relearn and go there.
Yeah. And
fears nothing from Chuck Norris.
They'll be hiring new employees soon, I'm assuming.
Yes,
one
that's
of our
on the
employees
list.
is
Leaves
graduating.
in a few weeks, yeah.
Yeah, and he's leaving. So, yeah. So all the classes went on sale for ReaperCon last week. So those are available.
Yeah.
A lot of the VIPs got in early. And then on Friday, they went to sale to everybody that had a ticket. So those are still available. I think there's a lot of classes still not sold out yet. So that's still pretty good. I know a lot of people got the classes
I don't know, but I do believe
finally.
there are rooms still available. I don't know for sure. I know that they're allocating out now the vendor rooms so that they have their rooms locked down. And it's hard to imagine it's going to be just a few weeks away. I mean, it's not, but it seems like it'll be here tomorrow. Tickets like for last year for tours.
Yes.
We haven't sat down and worked out how all the tours or how many.
Oh.
But yes, the tickets and stuff like that help keep everything organized.
I think the tickets for tours are on sale right now.
Okay.
I think they're up right now. I will be doing I think at this point I'll be doing the 9 a.m. on Thursday tour. So if you want a John Overton tour, that's the one, 9 a.m.
That's the most succinct and accurate one. If you let me teach it, we're through it in about 10 minutes, and I'm going to tell you a lot of junk you just really didn't care to know.
I'm kind of scared for the new building. Like when we move to the new building, the tour's not going to be as it's not going to have a lot of history, It's because then the current building that we're in, there's a lot of stuff on the walls and stories that are left up over time and building additions that we had to add on to, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about. But in the new factory, it's going to be a lot more. This is where we do this. This is where we do that. Which there is that on this tour, but there's a lot more stories.
Who knows? We could be stuck with this building for a while. So you might be able to do 2 tours. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do the Buc-ee's tour, so I'm excited for ReaperCon. I'm really nervous for the card game stuff because it's still being produced, but it should be done next week.
Yeah.
But I don't know lead times on how long it takes to get here and things like that. So
Right.
That's what's making me nervous is that I'm hoping it's here on time. If it's not, then I'll be devastated. But there's always next year.
There's next year. It'll just get saved for next year.
Who knows?
But on the tours too, tickets are there, times are there. There could also be more tours added. We'll adjust it accordingly based on demand, things like that. We want everybody to be able to do everything that we can possibly get them wherever they can to do it.
That's a good idea.
You could have offices too. It's a whole adventure, maybe even, yeah.
That's fun. That's a good idea, Melon. That's a great idea, actually. But yeah,
that's assuming you could get in my office right now. God, I couldn't even walk out of today without kicking stuff over, so I've got to get in there and
I don't step foot in the old building. I haven't been over there in a while, except for when I do the tours. So I don't know what it looks like over there really anymore. But yeah, make a thorough video of the tour. Well, I think we've done that a few times, and I know Justin has some B-roll and some things like that from all the different.
I do know we will do one final tour of the building before we start tearing it down.
Saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Saying our goodbyes.
Yeah. Did Ron get his new 7-room office suite? He's angling for it, I mean,
he's lobbying for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting signatures and.
He's already picked out. He wants a view with trees. Yeah. He's just
LARP adventure of the offices. Yeah. So there's going to be no furry corner tonight, no funny corner. We just wanted to get on and give some updates because we haven't been on.
Well, Justin initially this morning just sent out a text saying he couldn't do the show. Like, we'll just pick it up next week.
Yeah.
And then John grabbed the flag, and I thought, well, hey, I follow any idiot with a flag.
I was like,
so.
we got to say something.
Yeah.
Base Boss 2 stuff. I got a bunch of bases that I'm making. The toppers. I'm making the toppers for Base Boss 2. So I will definitely have those for next week. Like a bunch of good pictures of those of production pieces. As well as a few more ReaperCon models that we got this week as well that I'll be making.
Oh, the news on the coins. No, I'd have to ask Ron. I haven't talked with Ron in a while about them.
Mm-hmm. Minath, I have emails about that. We will update you about that.
Steve, I mean, we talked about keeping the building and doing a lot of stuff to it. It would just actually be easier to sell it, and then with that money, be able to continue to build new buildings over here.
How's the heat? I know my electric bill went up.
God, I can't even imagine.
And the Texas power grid's having a bunch of issues. My girlfriend's work went out the other day.
Really?
Yeah. At like 10 o'clock at night. And I was like, oh.
They had a chance. This is why in Texas, this is just a little Texas bit. Last year they had a chance to upgrade it during the summer, and they chose not to. It's just fine. And then they had another chance to do the winter upgrade, which is what had messed with us 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And they chose not to do that. And now they're in the middle of this, and they're going, well, everybody turn your air conditioner up to 78, turn it up to 80, do this, do that, do this. Why don't you fix the grid? And before it's really turning into a big political turmoil down here. And of course, every day is over 100 degrees, and we haven't had that in a long time. So.
Will there be a con-specific Poke-Tool? That I don't know. I know that there is a make-your-own Poke-Tool class being taught by Bob, and the con store. Yes, there will be the con store.
That'll be back, yes.
As well as they talked about doing the auction again.
Right, a sort of a combo of the two.
Yeah, combo.
A little bit of auction, not just, effective, again, the auction was great, but people would walk away with handfuls of money and nothing to buy. So that's what led to the store. But the store all by itself could be improved upon by adding a little bit of the auction. Mm-hmm. So we'll get there. Cobblestone and flagstone base boss toppers in the future. It really depends on how well these do. Everybody sort of went there. If we're selling a lot of these, then anything's possible.
This is a good one. There was a lot of discussion about the metal trade, the metal table, earlier this week and last week. But so
I'll follow on the sword on that one.
Just clarification. There's no more boneyard. There's no more coming to the factory and picking through the yellow bins.
Correct.
Things like that. It'll be only the melt table at the convention.
Correct.
Even if you have past credit and things like that. We might be able to maybe transfer some of it to online credit to kind of compensate, to help with
that's
that.
a whole, I haven't been part of that
something
discussion.
like that.
Yeah.
But maybe.
But that's the plan. It spiked up so heavy and is so high that we're removing the bulk of the inventory out of there. The yellow tubs they would shop through are going away. Chunks of them have.
Yeah, they've been dwindling down. As well as, when ReaperCon was in the factory, it was a lot more conducive because everybody was there and all that stuff. But
metal was $3 to $6 a pound, and
yeah. And now, since it's gone away from the actual factory, people have to drive themselves or get on the tour bus and take up tour spots or
right.
And then they stay there and then all that type of stuff. Phone call.
I'll have to check later. But yes, Dr. Bob, no, we can't. We're
no
not
more
doing any
custom
casting. Yeah. So.
But if there is something you that is not in the actual store at ReaperCon, you can just put in an order and we'll bring it.
I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what we've done with the store itself.
Can I get 80s Grenadier cast? Yeah, possibly so. I think the company that owns them, their stuff though, is in Italy.
Yeah. And we looked through the spreadsheet about the people who had credit, and it's like less than 30 people that have metal trade credit. So there's not very. It's been dwindling year after year. It goes down, and so we made that decision. And then we've talked about doing plastic and all that stuff, but that's way more complicated than metal is. At this point.
With the changes that are going on, the plastic supply of just pieces is drying up because we're making the pieces here in the factory now. We don't have extras going and throwing them in a bin. Yeah.
Lieutenant Floby, when will the August new releases go up in preview? Soon. Basically what happens is that Collins comes and takes pictures of them and then he puts them up. So I saw him grabbing them earlier this week, so he should be taking pictures of them and they should be up soon. I know he's helping out in the game store,
Right.
so some of his time is being taken up over there, but they should be going up
Dr.
soon.
Bob, yes.
Yeah, you can still trade. The table will still be there. The metal trade table will still be there.
We're going to look to see if we can have it up and running. It's really a function of equipment. Next week, I'll get started back on that. This is really a very bizarre week for me, and a lot has happened. So next week, I'll be back on it, but I don't know. At a minimum, I would hope to be able to serve sandwiches, but at a maximum, we get the pizza going. And that just really depends on a couple of parts. So
somebody said something about shroomies. Those molds are cast. They were being cast today for the next new release. So you should see a pack of shroomies coming out this summer. Or I say it's this summer soon, in August.
And that's the kind of figure that's really just sort of to paint a group of them on a Friday night. And just sort of chill and have fun. And
I brought some to the paint and take, and everybody, a lot of people really liked them. But that shroomies is a little bit hard because new painters, it's a very small model, so it was very hard. But they still had fun. So there's a bunch of them. There's 3 different variations of Shroomy, and I think he comes in a big kind of pack of them that's bundled that are in like 3 different variations of him like stepping and walking and his head's tilted.
Maldekar is one of the pieces. Yes, it's on the restock list. The box is just being worked out. I expect that order to be placed next week. And then that gives us approximately 5.5 months to get it from China, which should be more than enough time to have it here by Christmas.
So we got the prototype in to make sure that it was good.
And then
now
also
you have to put it
too,
in
there's
order.
the pre-painted one that'll be coming out. I think at Christmas. I think it's what it's. But we got a lot of promotion that'll be going around that coming up. What else do we have?
We're going to redo Dragons Don't Share. No, Dragons Don't Share got broken up into a bunch of pieces. So Nathavar, I think is his
It's
name.
available separately.
Yeah, the Dragon's available separately, and I think a couple of the pieces got reused for other things as well. So
Mel,
we're
and
working
sadly, it never sold well as a set. And all we had were demand for the pieces. I want the dragon. I don't care about the player characters. I already have them. Or I don't want the,
I want the stone steps and things like that. So we broke it up. Hopefully we'll start to see some more stuff for the Bone 6 stuff. I know that a lot of the sculptors and a lot of things that Ron and everybody's focusing on is ReaperCon at the moment because it's like the next big thing that's happening.
Yeah.
But as I know that stuff is being sculpted and finished and things like that. I think Ron in the last Reaper Live that we did a few weeks ago said that there was 17 pieces or 15 pieces that were still needed to be checked, check marked. But a lot of the pieces
right. But I know that
being
Kevin and
gone
Daryl
through.
have had their full time, so they've been doing that, and we've ordered more 3D printers to help speed it up. Ordered one today. So will you be able to get the Dragons Don't Share terrain?
It got split up and moved into different things, didn't it? I thought.
I don't know, not yet. But there have
okay.
been new pieces done for it.
Oh, okay.
And those are in the blisters. And I think Rod's plan, or what we had talked about, was building an adventure around all of that kind of stuff. And then now that we have it all consolidated, you could buy if you just want the pieces or whatever. But to go out to the mass retail, we would put it in some sort of a set instead of just trying to sell a burned out castle.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of boats. There was a lot of glow in the dark and regular boats on this
Oh,
container
yeah.
that came by.
Yeah.
Corsets.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff. A lot of the dragons, War Mammoth. There's a huge list of everything. And like what you said, it's easier to go through what wasn't there.
Yeah.
Which is
than
like
what was
Dark
there.
Depths and the other box sets
Yeah.
that were there.
It'll be fun. It'll be good. We'll get it out of here. We'll process it. And then we'll do a wrap up and see if there's not more that we can process.
Get it done. And then start with Bone 6. Can y'all tag the DDS stuff? Oh, tag the Dragons Don't Share stuff? You mean on the website? Yeah, when it comes out, I can do that for sure.
Yeah, Bexa.
That's pretty funny.
No joke.
So get your hashtag freeze if you haven't in yet. I'll be pulling that here in a few minutes. Like we're starting to wrap up. There's really kind of not too much crazy
Did we
news.
cover?
New
What
Game
did we
Store.
cover?
Game Store, Bones 5.5, Base Boss 2. Probably need to put an update on Base Boss 2.
Yeah.
I know some people were asking about sizes of things like that. Will there be a show
Bone
tomorrow?
6 is on track. The show tomorrow would be for you and Dave.
Yeah, undecided at the moment.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Dave, but if I have to do a solo like this, I can if I need to.
Yeah. What else there? We did the shop. We're getting ready to lose a lot of good people because school's getting ready to go back in. Old ass stories, yeah. They're old.
No, so we only got one container so far, but the second container shouldn't be too far behind. It wasn't that far behind whenever they both got on the water. So one got on the water, and then it was like a week or two.
2 weeks
or
after.
so. Then the other one got on the water. So I'm assuming it'll be closer to that timeline. For the second Bones 5.5 container.
TKL, this is the freight company uses TKL, and they're really good about herding this stuff for us. And they have child labor. They have to go to school sometimes. That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
No, we're losing Jackson's going to college. Paxton's going to Europe.
Moving. Yeah.
Going to school, but he's going to go get married. Let's see. Who else do we lose?
Justin had a baby.
Justin had the baby. That tears into his time.
Where's Ron? I don't know. I haven't seen Ron today. He didn't answer any of my messages either. So, did Ron show up to work today?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he's buried. He gets handed, to his defense, the list of graphics for ReaperCon. And we all go, well, have fun with that. And we go back doing whatever we want to do. And he sits up there and he just continually knocks down that list. And so, anyway.
Yes, there will be a cosplay contest. The judges are talking right now and they're getting information to me. As soon as their information comes to me, then I will announce it and things like that. I'm assuming it's going to be the same time as it was last year, but I'm waiting for them to get back with me.
Yeah, Smooth 7, there's a lot of stuff coming up that I'll get more hands on. We've got a lot of projects coming up. I just got to get rid of some of these projects have to be put together.
Yeah, the store's done. So that was a
biggie. Now I got to get the restaurant done. That's not that much of a biggie.
5.5 as soon as,
got to get the factory started.
When we pull that. Yeah, the new factory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, ReaperCon, I'm excited. I'm excited for ReaperCon. Any new sculpts for Bone 6? If there, you will find out. I mean, if there are, they will be in the next update. Which or next Thursday. If you come back next Thursday, there might be some then. We'll see. You might likely see some ReaperCon sculpts. I saw the sculpt for the Otter's Mark Knights. We saw that one.
Yeah.
And I also saw the sculpt for Terrazinia, the Ghostwalkers. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass. So you will likely see that one next week. Or on social media, if Ron gives me the thumbs up to show it, then I'll show it next week.
No, yeah, we're very busy. It's always Reaper's so diversified. What's busy now could be slow in 6 months, but then what's slow now could be busy in 6 months. And there's still stuff that's got to come out. We have a late summer, fall sort of spectacular thing we talked about. That's got to get coded and up, and then stuff like that. So there's still a lot of little projects we got to clean up.
COVID policies at ReaperCon. Masks are optional.
Well, no, Ron has to wear 3 masks.
Yeah, Ron specifically.
Yeah.
And there'll be hand sanitizer stations everywhere.
Yes, at this point, and I've said this before, on this day, if ReaperCon happened today, there would be no limitations, masks would be optional, and we would move on. But, knock on wood, I don't want to mess with anything, and I don't know can't see the future, and, I mean, next week, who knows? So, but we're not seeing any good surges down here. Everything's staying relatively flat. We're up, like a lot of people in the nation are up for COVID, but we're very flat. Any chance we'll see stuff from the Bones 5 expansion soon in retail?
I know
the axolotls.
I know that is a part of that list, the 90-day list, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if I think the axolotls might be on there. But yes, those are in the process of being made into Bones USA eventually for releases. So those are on the list.
I mean, yeah, they knock through it every day. The machinery doesn't stop. And we've got a whole second cycle of stuff we're looking at adding as far as for production and plastic production and stuff. So all of these things help speed it up. Will there be a dinner on Wednesday? Yes, there will. And tickets haven't gone on sale yet that I know of. Okay, I'm usually the last one to know anything anyway. I don't know what the price will be, but it is going to be barbecue from Rudy's. That's the only thing I know, and that we're doing it. And I think we're going to be doing it up here at the factory and cleaning it way back. There'll be a lot of stuff out of there that will move it back and be able to have a much larger space, things like that.
It'll be and then obviously that night I'm assuming we'll have barbecue and then we'll come over to the store and show off the store and
you'll be able to come see anything you want. The studio,
everything
the
will
factory,
be
open. All this kind of junk will be open.
Kind of big meet and greet.
Yeah.
And the tickets for that will be sold on reapermini.com whenever they go live. Obviously, stay tuned. I'll announce it when they go live.
Yeah, how many pieces of an individual mini do you typically produce before it hits retail? Well, retail hits the same time as it goes on. Retails actually ship earlier, to when they place their orders with us, as well as distribution, things like that. That number varies really wildly. It could be as little as 500 to 700. It could be as much as 1,500. It just really depends on where the subject matter, where it's going, what it is, things of that nature. And those could be low numbers right now. I mean, those are just the stuff I'm used to seeing when we start producing. So, and then a free figure of the month, that's always a chunk, and then it rolls into production the following month. So,
so it's not included in the VIP, the meet and greet. No, it's because they wanted to do it on reapermini.com so we can get a more accurate count.
Right.
Because it's kind of hard to get an accurate count of VIPs because some of the VIPs will not go to the meet
right.
and greet.
If we were just we give away whatever 300 or 400 to the VIPs, of which 50 of them actually show up.
Yeah. And it's like skewed. And then we have a bunch of extra food.
We moved from the hotel because we can't bring it outside food, and we tried all our options, and the fans spoke, and what they said was not nice. So we have other plans. We have to buy a certain amount of food, and we have other plans with what we're going to do. But for the meet and greet, yes, we're going to bring it back here.
But yeah, I think that, I mean, I don't think I have anything else. Oh, I ordered the marble thing. It's on its way.
Good.
So it should arrive
Good.
hopefully beginning of next week.
You'll need to assemble it so we can make sure everything works and it's all debugged. And
I got to paint it. We got to add stuff to it.
Are you going to use Master Series Paint on it?
I will use Reaper Master Series Paint that you can get at reapermini.com.
Yeah.
And I will probably likely 3D print some stuff to add to it. That'll be fun. Decorate it for ReaperCon. And then Bill was thinking about putting it in the store after ReaperCon, so it'll be in the store. And then somebody had the idea of putting, you know how we used to have the gumball machine where you could get miniatures from? Putting the gumball machine on that. So the miniature comes down the Rube
There's
Goldberg
a lot of,
machine.
we could just have to go look at it and see.
And then
ways to get back and forth. Yeah, Uber's good. Catch a ride. I'll take somebody. It doesn't matter to me. We'll do whatever it takes to get people over. Kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's only about 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
From the hotel.
It's not a very far. Yeah.
Mini
food
gumball
trucks,
machine?
yes.
Yeah, yes, food trucks.
I know he's talking to a sushi truck yesterday.
Yeah.
But yes, there will be.
Right.
There's your Discord, marbles, Rube Goldberg marbles. For lunches, or that's usually the trucks, is what they do. Now, there's also, too, Alive, if you've never been here, there's a lot of places just really very close walking distance to the hotel to eat, not including or, excluding the actual hooligans, there in the hotel.
Yeah, and somebody posted the weather on the forums just to pack lightly, like dress for hot weather.
Yeah.
So it's good.
And a gauntlet tournament, I don't know, Dr. Bob, but I can tell you what, I've been practicing. And I went ahead and told Ron I've been practicing. So, Bex, I thought the same thing, but, they got to do something. I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, we will expect to have them. Yeah, Hula Hands does a lot of good stuff. Sounds like a hell of a party. Be able to see.
I heard the games, so if you guys want to run a game at ReaperCon, the game submissions have been open for a while, so if you want to run a game, and there should be some games that are being populated on Grow Takes right now, so if you want to participate in a game, those will be popping up. I know a bunch of the Adventures League, D&D Adventures League stuff should be going up really soon. I know they're also planning an epic. If you've never played or participated in one of their epics, it's very fun, very exciting, and I think they're trying to plan it for Sunday. But I don't have confirmation on that. It's just kind of what they're talking about. But as soon as it goes up, they'll put it on there. But those D&D Adventures League games should be popping up really soon. As well as I heard some Pathfinder games are also going up as relatively soon as well. After talking to all the DMs and having them submit their games and assigning tables and things like that. It's a lot of table management.
Live action role playing at the Reaper HQ. Now that would be interesting. That would consist of me sitting in my office, hitting my phone, going, "Ron, are you there? Ron, are you there?" Dave in his office screaming at somebody that had done something dumb in some letter or something.
Will there be another Reaper-based tabletop game?
Yes.
I haven't heard word of one.
Yes.
Who's running it?
Actually, is it. We're taking a different take this year. What we're doing to hold with the theme is that I'm working with Age of Destruction, which ran a Kickstarter for a large, big pre-painted dungeon in plastic. Okay? Then we're going to build that dungeon But this is based on a scenario I used to run at shows years ago, like at Gen Con Origins and local stuff like that. And what it was is a dungeon that had all these rooms in it, but instead of being a lot of little tiny rooms, they were more normal size you could fight in, things like that. And each room had various tricks and traps, like statues and stuff like that. But your objective was to take your party and get on the table and collect as much gold as you can. And then the gold were your points towards winning. And you could get gold from the other players if you felt so. You got it by going through the rooms and looting them and beating monsters and all this kind of stuff. And so we're going to build a 4-foot by 8-foot dungeon, add and dress it all out, and then have the parties there for them. Probably run anywhere from 8 to 10 people at one time. And it'll only take 1 to 2 staff to be able to manage it. It won't be the big epic. The last few years we've had those where it's a massive amount of minis attacking 10 guys, right? This time it's all really in the player's hands to run around and do it. And so it's a lot of fun. And it falls back to the original old Warlord rules set. Not the current one that you're looking at. It's the one before that we used to publish. So anyway, it's actually quite a lot of fun. We'll probably post prizes for the high point winners. There are some rules, so you can't get any shills, or we try to discourage that kind of a thing. That would be example being John runs over and dies in my face just so I can grab all his gold and add it to my. We don't like those things. Past that, that's what the big event's going to be this year. So there will be one.
And there'll be a lot of Dungeon Dweller RPGs stuff.
Yes,
I know
being
Joseph
done-
and
oh, no,
Ron and
yes.
all them are working hard on that. And I know that they're getting DMs to run it and run demos and things like that. So there'll be a lot of Dungeon Dweller RPG stuff at ReaperCon this year.
And Dogfather, there's actually a room that if you get trick or trap and you get stuck in that room, the only way you get out of that room is you have to kill the next person or somebody that ends up getting trapped in the room as well. So it becomes more of a 2-man in and one gets to leave.
Yep. So my one of my plans is seeing if we could do this is I want to get all the items that came in on the container. I'm sorry, I'm going back to Bones 5.5.
Okay.
And sending out an email to those 5.5 people saying, hey, if your order contained this, be looking out. It'll be shipping soon. Kind of an idea. Just to
We could see what we could do. But like I said, I'd look at what we didn't get. And but it'll be fun and we'll get it done and get it done pretty fast. What else will be happening at Reaper? It's going to be a very, very fun ReaperCon.
Yeah, I really want to do a rock, paper, scissors tournament. So I haven't figured out a time for that yet, but
You can have fire?
just something
Anything
else I want to do.
optional?
No, it's just the normal 3.
Okay.
Boulder parchment shears.
Or rock, paper, stone.
That's a good idea. That's a good point, Inara. Can you email questions at reapercon.com? Questions at reapercon.com. That is a good point. That's my first time I'm hearing about that.
On another RV, yes. I would think we will explore it again for next year. It's a function of time. And this year with so many different things going on, and a lot of these things going on are one-time events. We're only going to open one store. We're only going to open this, so we get these knocked off. That gives us time back to look at items like RVE. RVE is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. All right. You ready to pull some names?
Doesn't matter to me, man. I got nowhere to go real fast. Who's going to say them?
Me or you?
I can alternate with you, or I can do it either way. It doesn't matter to me. Steve, are you going to be the first franchisor? It's got a stiff opening fee. Think you got to buy us a beer or something. David, a Tina Turner outfit is not something you even want to think about.
It's weird that because he can't hear me. But you guys can. All right.
I don't know why I'm wearing these. These are worthless. So now I can hear you.
Wait, you can hear me? All right. We're an emote only.
Okay. Well, speak up because you're behind the incredible shield of silence.
All right. Let's see here.
Who's going to start? You or me?
I got it. So here we go. Sarducci.
Oh. Trunor. That's a new one.
Greek Nakos.
Brink Minis. That's a new one, for me at least.
Agent Langdon.
Triple H. Or triple underscore HHH.
In Trouble.
Hyper Bunny 99.
Iridest.
Uh-oh. Try to sneak one in there. Let's see, mine would be M5 tie-in.
The Jolly Giant.
Agent Marvel. That's a cool name.
Dundee 15.
Copadrazi. Wait.
Copodrazi.
Yeah.
The Lone Goldfish.
Oh. Okay, David Pugh. God almighty. And we'll go ahead and give K Fritz 88 whatever David Pugh is going to get.
Grotto Goblin.
And then Rax 333.
Geeky Cat Lady. And
Yes.
lastly,
Smooth 7 and another David Pugh. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation
Smoth
point.
7.
How did he not get stuck into emotes?
Because he's a moderator, I think.
Oh, cheat.
Congratulations to all the winners.
Yeah, y'all, that's good.
You won a $20 gift card to reapermedia.com. Just follow the things in chat. This is episode number 176, the one where Justin had a baby. Number 176. Thank you, Quindy. You're the best. And then, yeah, email giveaways at reapermedia.com. Congratulations to all the winners.
And get exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
And I'm going to look for a raid.
All right.
If you have anything last to say or if anybody has any last questions.
This is your time. Sink or swim.
We're going to be raiding CNOD, I think.
See, okay. Well, you all have a good week. Rest of your week, you have a very good weekend. If it's hot where you are, stay cool. And if it's cold where you are, warm up. Doesn't seem like we have any middle anymore.
Yeah, it's been very hot here. It's been not good. Go say what's up to Chris, CNOT. Hopefully one year he can make it out to ReaperCon. I know that he's busy during that time this year, but hopefully maybe next year. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be here tomorrow. If we are, we'll be here at 3. I know Ann will be here tomorrow morning. But yeah, I know it's a little bit weird right now with Justin being out, but we'll make it work.
You were doing really good till you got to Ron check your messages.
Have a good weekend, everybody. If we don't see you tomorrow, if we see you tomorrow, then I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Let's see. Did it work? Yeah, I think it worked.